Imagine you're at a bustling party, chatter all around, and you've just had a brainwave. An idea so splendid it could light up the room. But, uh-oh, there's a hiccup. Every time you try to share it, the words just tumble out all wrong. You ramble, the listener's eyes glaze over, and your brilliant thought fizzles out, unheard. Sound familiar? You're not alone. Many of us struggle to translate our thoughts into engaging, effective conversations. But fear not. This guide is your ticket to changing that narrative and making your voice heard loud and clear. In the following sections, we'll dissect the anatomy of a conversation, from conceiving an idea to delivering it with pizzazz. Whether you're chatting up a colleague or pitching to a packed room, you're about to become a conversational wizard. Let's dive in and transform your talk from May to mesmerizing. Now let's take a moment to understand why impactful conversations are so crucial. In today's fast-paced world, the ability to communicate effectively can set you apart. Whether you're in a professional setting or a social one, the power of your words can influence, inspire, and ignite change. Think about the leaders you admire. What do they have in common? It's their ability to convey their ideas clearly and persuasively. They know how to capture attention, build rapport, and leave a lasting impression. But impactful conversations aren't just about speaking well. They're about listening, understanding, and connecting on a deeper level. It's about creating a dialogue where ideas can be exchanged openly and respectfully. In this guide, we'll explore techniques to enhance both your speaking and listening skills. We'll delve into the art of storytelling, the power of body language, and the importance of empathy in conversations. You'll learn how to craft your message in a way that resonates with your audience, making every conversation count. So, get ready to embark on this journey. By the end of this guide, you'll have the tools and confidence to turn any idea into an impactful conversation. Let's get started and unlock the power of your words together. Before you even open your mouth, think about who's on the receiving end. Understanding your audience is the cornerstone of effective communication. It's not just about what you say, but how you say it, and to whom you're saying it. Is it a tech-savvy teenager or a seasoned CEO? Each audience has its own set of expectations, experiences, and knowledge base. A teenager might be more attuned to the latest social media trends, while a CEO might be more interested in market analytics and strategic planning. Understanding your audience is crucial because it shapes everything from your choice of words to the complexity of your ideas. When you know who you're talking to, you can tailor your message to resonate more deeply. This means considering their interests, their level of understanding, and even their emotional state. Tailor your message to fit the crowd. For instance, if you're speaking to a group of young professionals, you might use more contemporary language and references. On the other hand, if your audience is more mature, you might opt for a more formal tone and avoid slang. You wouldn't talk about quantum physics at a toddler's tea party, right? The same principle applies to any conversation. The more you know about your audience, the better you can adjust your message to meet their needs and expectations. So, adjust your sails according to the winds, and you'll cruise much smoother through your conversational seas. This means being flexible and adaptable. Sometimes you might need to change your approach on the fly, depending on how your audience is reacting. Pay attention to nonverbal cues. Are they engaged? Are they nodding in agreement or looking confused? These signals can give you valuable insights into how well your message is being received. If you notice that your audience is losing interest, it might be time to switch gears. Maybe introduce a new topic, ask a question, or even tell a relevant story to recapture their attention. Stories are a powerful tool in communication. They can make complex ideas more relatable and memorable. When you share a story that resonates with your audience, you're not just conveying information, you're creating an emotional connection. This emotional connection can be the difference between a message that sticks and one that gets forgotten. So don't underestimate the power of a well-told story. Visual aids can also enhance your message. Whether it's a simple chart, a compelling image, or a short video, visuals can help clarify your points and keep your audience engaged. But remember, the key is to use visuals that complement your message, not distract from it. They should enhance understanding, not overwhelm your audience with too much information. Interaction is another crucial element. Encourage questions and feedback. This not only makes your audience feel valued, but also gives you a chance to clarify any misunderstandings and reinforce your key points. When you engage with your audience, you're creating a two-way street of communication. This dynamic exchange can lead to more meaningful and impactful conversations. In conclusion, understanding your audience is not just a step in the process, it's the foundation of effective communication. By knowing who you're talking to, You can tailor your message to meet their needs, capture their interest, and leave a lasting impact. So the next time you prepare for a conversation or presentation, take a moment to think about your audience. Who are they? What do they care about? How can you connect with them on a deeper level? Answering these questions will set you on the path to more impactful and successful communication. Start with a bang. Introduce your idea clearly. When you begin a conversation or a presentation, the first few moments are crucial. They set the tone for everything that follows. Think of it as the hook in a story or the opening scene in a movie. You want to grab your audience's attention right away. A clear and compelling introduction can make all the difference. It's your chance to make a strong first impression and to ensure that your audience is on board from the get-go. Follow it up with a strong middle where you flesh out your thoughts. This is where you dive deeper into your topic. Provide the necessary details, examples, and evidence to support your main idea. Think of this part as the body of your message. It's where you build your case and keep your audience engaged. Make sure to organize your thoughts logically and coherently. Use transitions to guide your audience from one point to the next. This will help them follow your train of thought and stay interested in what you have to say. And end with a punchy conclusion that leaves no room for doubt. Your conclusion is your final opportunity to leave a lasting impression. Summarize your main points and reinforce your key message. A strong conclusion can help your audience remember what you've said and understand why it matters. It's also a chance to call your audience to action or to leave them with something to think about. Make sure your conclusion is clear, concise, and impactful. Remember, brevity is the soul of wit. In today's fast-paced world, people don't have the time or patience for long-winded explanations. Keeping your message concise is essential to maintaining your audience's interest and ensuring clarity. This doesn't mean you should oversimplify your message, but rather that you should focus on what's most important and eliminate any unnecessary details. Being concise forces you to be clear and to the point, which can make your message more powerful and memorable. Keep your message concise to maintain interest and ensure clarity. When you're concise, you respect your audience's time and make it easier for them to understand and remember your message. This is especially important in conversations where you want to make a strong impact. Whether you're speaking to a friend, a colleague, or a large audience, being concise can help you communicate more effectively. It shows that you've thought about what you want to say and that you value your audience's time and attention. Don't let your audience drown in a sea of words. Too much information can be overwhelming and can cause your audience to lose interest. Instead, focus on delivering your message in a clear and concise manner. This will help your audience stay engaged and retain the information you're sharing. Remember, it's not about how much you say, but how well you say it. Quality over quantity is key when it comes to effective communication. So take the time to craft your message carefully and make every word count. Ever heard of the KISS principle? Keep it simple, stupid. It's a design principle noted by the US Navy in 1960, emphasizing that most systems work best if they are kept simple rather than made complicated. The phrase was coined by Kelly Johnson, lead engineer at the Lockheed Skunk Works. The idea is that simplicity should be a key goal in design, and unnecessary complexity should be avoided. That's your best friend in conversation. When you're talking to someone, the simpler your message, the more likely it is to be understood and remembered. Think about it. When was the last time you remembered a convoluted explanation? Probably never. But a simple, clear message sticks with you. Strip down your ideas to their underwear. Make them as simple as possible, but no simpler. Ditch the jargon. Jargon is like a wall that separates you from your audience. It might make you feel smart, but it alienates the person you're talking to. Instead, use everyday language that everyone can understand. This doesn't mean dumbing down your ideas. It means making them accessible. Talk like you're explaining it to a friend, not presenting a thesis. Imagine you're sitting in a coffee shop with a friend, and you're trying to explain a complex idea. How would you do it? You'd probably use simple words, analogies, and examples. You'd break it down into bite-sized pieces that are easy to digest. That's the approach you should take in any conversation. If they need a dictionary to understand you, you're doing it wrong. The goal is to communicate, not to impress. If your audience is spending more time trying to decipher your words than understanding your message, you've lost them. Keep it simple, keep it clear, and keep it engaging. Simplicity also means being concise. Don't use 10 words when 5 will do. Get to the point quickly and avoid unnecessary details. This doesn't mean you should be abrupt or curt, but rather that you should respect your audience's time and attention. Every word should serve a purpose. Another aspect of simplicity is structure. Organize your thoughts in a logical order. Start with the main idea, then provide supporting details, and conclude with a summary. This helps your audience follow along and understand your message. A well-structured conversation is like a well-built house. It stands strong and serves its purpose. Simplicity also involves clarity. Be clear about what you want to say and how you want to say it. Avoid ambiguity and be direct. If you're not sure about something, it's okay to admit it. Honesty and clarity go hand in hand. Your audience will appreciate your straightforwardness. Use examples and analogies to make your point. People understand new concepts better when they can relate them to something they already know. Analogies are like bridges that connect the known to the unknown. They make complex ideas more relatable and easier to grasp. Storytelling is another powerful tool for simplicity. A good story can convey a complex idea in a simple and memorable way. Stories engage our emotions and make the information more relatable. When you tell a story, you're not just sharing facts. You're creating an experience for your audience. Listening is also a crucial part of simplicity. Pay attention to your audience's reactions and adjust your message accordingly. If they look confused, try rephrasing or providing another example. Effective communication is a two-way street. It's not just about what you say, but also about how it's received. Encourage questions and be open to feedback. Questions indicate that your audience is engaged and interested. They also provide an opportunity to clarify and reinforce your message. Be patient and take the time to address any concerns or misunderstandings. Finally, always summarize your key points. A good summary reinforces the main ideas and ensures that your audience walks away with a clear understanding. It also provides a sense of closure and completeness to the conversation. In conclusion, the power of simplicity in conversation cannot be overstated. By keeping your message simple, clear, and engaging, you can ensure that it is understood, remembered, and acted upon. So the next time you find yourself in a conversation, remember the KISS principle and make simplicity your best friend. Assertiveness is not about being pushy, it's about being confident and direct. Stand tall, speak clearly, and let your confidence shine through your words. Don't confuse assertiveness with aggression. You're here to communicate, not intimidate. Think of it as holding your ground politely, but firmly. When we talk about assertiveness, it's essential to understand that it is a balanced approach to communication. It involves expressing your thoughts, feelings, and beliefs in an open, honest, and respectful way. This means you respect yourself and others equally. Assertiveness is a skill that can be developed with practice. It requires self-awareness and a clear understanding of your own needs and boundaries. By being assertive, you can improve your relationships, reduce stress, and increase your self-esteem. One key aspect of assertiveness is body language. Your posture, eye contact, and facial expressions all play a crucial role in how your message is received. Stand tall, maintain eye contact, and use open gestures to convey confidence and openness. Another important element is your tone of voice. Speak clearly and at a moderate pace. Avoid raising your voice or using a monotone. Your tone should reflect your confidence and sincerity. It's also important to choose your words carefully. Use I statements to express your feelings and needs without blaming or criticizing others. For example, instead of saying "you never listen to me," you could say "I feel unheard when you interrupt me." Practicing assertiveness can be challenging, especially if you're used to being passive or aggressive in your communication. Start by setting small, achievable goals. For instance, you might begin by expressing your opinion in a meeting or setting a boundary with a friend. Remember, it's okay to say no. You have the right to set boundaries and prioritize your own needs. Saying no doesn't make you selfish or unkind. It simply means you're taking care of yourself. It's also important to be patient with yourself. Developing assertiveness takes time and practice. Celebrate your progress, no matter how small, and keep pushing yourself to improve. In addition to practicing assertiveness in your daily interactions, you can also seek out resources and support. Books, workshops, and coaching can provide valuable insights and techniques to help you become more assertive. Surround yourself with supportive people who respect your boundaries and encourage your growth. Having a strong support system can make a significant difference in your journey toward assertiveness. Finally, remember that assertiveness is not a one-size-fits-all approach. What works for one person may not work for another. Be flexible and willing to adapt your approach based on the situation and the people involved. By being assertive, you can create more meaningful and respectful connections with others. You'll be able to express yourself more effectively and achieve your goals without compromising your values or the rights of others. So, take the first step today. Start practicing assertiveness in your conversations and see the positive impact it can have on your life. Remember, assertiveness is a journey, not a destination. Keep learning, growing, and refining your skills. With time and practice, you'll become more confident and effective in your communication. You'll be able to navigate difficult conversations with ease and build stronger, more respectful relationships. Assertiveness is a powerful tool that can transform your interactions and help you achieve your goals. Embrace it, practice it, and watch as your communication skills and relationships flourish. Remember, assertiveness is about balance. It's about being confident and direct while also being respectful and considerate. By mastering this skill, you can create a positive impact in your personal and professional life. So go ahead and start your journey toward assertiveness today. The benefits are well worth the effort. You'll find yourself more empowered, more respected, and more successful in your interactions. Thank you for joining us in this chapter on assertiveness in delivery. We hope you found these insights helpful and inspiring. Stay tuned for more tips and techniques to enhance your communication skills. Until next time, remember to stand tall, speak clearly, and let your confidence shine through your words. Assertiveness is your key to impactful and respectful communication. Talking is just half the game. Listening is equally, if not more, important. Practice active listening. Show you're engaged by nodding, maintaining eye contact, and responding appropriately. When you really listen, you're not just waiting for your turn to speak. You're absorbing, understanding, and then responding, which makes for a richer conversation. Active listening involves more than just hearing words. It's about understanding the emotions and intentions behind those words. This means paying attention to body language, tone of voice, and facial expressions. When you nod or maintain eye contact, you're signaling to the speaker that you value what they're saying. This encourages them to share more openly and honestly. Leaning slightly forward or mirroring the speaker's body language can also show that you're engaged. These small gestures can make a big difference in how the conversation flows. Another key aspect of active listening is summarizing or paraphrasing what the other person has said. This shows that you're not only listening, but also understanding their point of view. By summarizing, you can also clarify any misunderstandings right away. This ensures that both parties are on the same page and can move forward in the conversation effectively. In group settings, active listening can foster a more collaborative environment. When everyone feels heard, they're more likely to contribute their ideas and solutions. Asking follow-up questions is another way to show that you're engaged. It demonstrates that you're interested in diving deeper into the topic and value the speaker's insights. Taking notes can also be a form of active listening. It shows that you're paying attention and that you find the information valuable enough to remember. Providing feedback is an essential part of active listening. It shows that you've processed the information and are ready to engage in a meaningful dialogue. Remember, a conversation is a two-way street. Both talking and listening are crucial for a meaningful exchange. When both parties are actively engaged, the conversation becomes more dynamic and impactful. So next time you're in a conversation, focus on being an active listener. Show that you're engaged, understand the speaker's perspective, and respond thoughtfully. This will not only enrich the conversation, but also strengthen your relationships. Active listening is a skill that can be developed with practice. The more you practice, the better you'll become at understanding and connecting with others. Take time to reflect on your conversations. Think about what went well and what could be improved. This self-awareness will help you become a more effective communicator. Whether you're at work, with friends, or in a meeting, active listening can make a significant difference. It's a powerful tool that can enhance your interactions and help you build stronger connections. So remember, talking is just half the game. Make sure you're also listening actively. It's the key to impactful and meaningful conversations. People love stories. They are the threads that weave the fabric of our social interactions, the glue that binds us together. From the earliest days of human civilization, stories have been the primary means through which we share knowledge, pass down traditions, and entertain one another. Whether it's a tale told around a campfire, a novel discussed in a book club, or an anecdote shared over coffee, stories have a unique power to captivate and connect us. They're how we've shared knowledge and entertained each other since forever. Think about it. Long before the advent of written language, our ancestors relied on oral storytelling to convey important information, teach lessons, and preserve their cultural heritage. These stories were not just a means of communication, they were a way to make sense of the world, to find meaning in the chaos of existence. Even today, in our digital age, stories remain a fundamental part of our lives. We consume them through books, movies, television shows, podcasts, and even social media. They are everywhere, shaping our perceptions and influencing our decisions. So, when explaining your idea, wrap it in a story or a familiar analogy. This technique is not just about making your message more engaging, it's about making it more relatable and easier to understand. When you frame your idea within a story, you provide context and emotional resonance, which helps your audience connect with it on a deeper level. Analogies, on the other hand, allow you to draw parallels between your idea and something your audience already knows, making complex concepts more accessible. For example, if you're explaining a new technology, you might compare it to something familiar, like a tool or a process that your audience uses every day. This method not only makes your point clearer, but also more memorable. Research has shown that people are more likely to remember information when it is presented in the form of a story or analogy. This is because stories engage multiple areas of the brain, including those responsible for processing emotions and sensory experiences. When we hear a story, we don't just passively receive information. We actively participate in it, imagining the scenes, feeling the emotions, and drawing connections to our own experiences. This active engagement makes the information stick, making it easier to recall later. Who doesn't like a good story? Stories have the power to entertain, educate, and inspire. They can make us laugh, cry, think, and feel. They can transport us to different worlds, introduce us to new perspectives, and challenge our assumptions. In the context of communication, stories can be a powerful tool for persuasion, helping you to convey your message in a way that resonates with your audience. So the next time you have an idea to share, think about how you can wrap it in a story or analogy. Not only will this make your message more engaging, but it will also make it more impactful and memorable. Your body speaks volumes, sometimes louder than your words. In any conversation, your body language can either support or undermine what you're saying. It's a powerful tool that, when used effectively, can enhance your communication and help you connect with others on a deeper level. Use gestures that reinforce your statements, and be aware of what your posture is saying. For instance, open gestures, such as spreading your arms or showing your palms, can indicate openness and honesty. These gestures can make you appear more approachable and trustworthy. On the other hand, closed gestures, like crossing your arms or legs, can signal defensiveness or discomfort. Avoid common mistakes like crossing your arms, which can seem defensive, or avoiding eye contact, which can appear dishonest or shy. Eye contact is particularly important. It shows that you are engaged and interested in the conversation. However, too much eye contact can be intimidating, so it's important to find a balance. Nodding your head while listening can show that you are paying attention and agree with what is being said. A genuine smile can also go a long way in making the other person feel comfortable and valued. Smiling not only makes you appear friendly and approachable, but also releases endorphins, which can make you feel happier and more relaxed. A firm handshake is another important aspect of body language. It can set the tone for the entire interaction. A weak handshake might be perceived as a lack of confidence, while a too strong handshake can come off as aggressive. Aim for a handshake that is firm but not overpowering. Mirroring the other person's body language can also be an effective way to build rapport. This doesn't mean copying their every move, but subtly matching their posture, gestures, and tone can create a sense of connection and understanding. It shows that you are on the same wavelength and can help to build trust. Respecting personal space is crucial. Standing too close can make the other person feel uncomfortable, while standing too far away can seem distant or disinterested. Pay attention to the other person's body language to gauge the appropriate distance. Open body language, such as facing the person directly and keeping your body relaxed, can make you appear more engaged and interested in the conversation. Avoid fidgeting or looking around the room, as these behaviors can signal boredom or distraction. Using your hands to emphasize points can make your communication more dynamic and engaging. However, be mindful not to overdo it, as excessive hand movements can be distracting. Aim for gestures that are natural and complement your words. Leaning in slightly when the other person is speaking can show that you are interested and engaged in what they are saying. It signals that you are actively listening and value their input. Maintaining a relaxed posture can convey confidence and ease. Avoid slouching or appearing too stiff, as these can signal disinterest or nervousness. A relaxed, upright posture shows that you are comfortable and confident in the conversation. Your facial expressions are also a key component of body language. They can convey a wide range of emotions and help to communicate empathy and understanding. Be mindful of your expressions and ensure they match the tone of the conversation. Active listening is not just about hearing the words, but also about observing the speaker's body language and responding appropriately. Nodding, maintaining eye contact, and providing verbal affirmations can show that you are fully engaged in the conversation. In group settings, positive body language can help to foster a collaborative and inclusive atmosphere. Be aware of your gestures, posture, and facial expressions to ensure they are contributing to a positive and productive environment. Remember, your body language is a powerful tool in communication. By being mindful of your gestures, posture, and expressions, you can enhance your interactions and make a lasting impact. Practice these techniques to become a more effective and confident communicator. Everyone gets the jitters. It's a universal experience, whether you're about to give a big presentation, have an important conversation, or even just meet someone new. Nervousness is a natural response to situations where we feel we might be judged or evaluated. The key is managing them. But how do we do that? It starts with understanding that nervousness is not something to be ashamed of. It's a sign that you care about what you're doing. Embrace it and use it to fuel your preparation. Practice deep breathing. This simple technique can work wonders. When you feel your heart racing or your palms sweating, take a moment to breathe deeply. Inhale slowly through your nose, hold for a few seconds, and then exhale through your mouth. Repeat this a few times, and you'll notice a calming effect. Prepare thoroughly. The more you know your material, the more confident you'll feel. Spend time researching, rehearsing, and anticipating possible questions or scenarios. This preparation will give you a solid foundation to stand on, reducing the uncertainty that often fuels nervousness. Think positive thoughts. Your mindset plays a crucial role in how you handle nervousness. Instead of focusing on what could go wrong, visualize success. Picture yourself speaking confidently, engaging your audience, and delivering your message effectively. Positive visualization can help shift your focus from fear to confidence. Remember, preparation breeds confidence. The more prepared you are, the less nervous you'll feel. But preparation isn't just about knowing your material. It's also about knowing yourself. Understand your triggers and develop strategies to manage them. For some, physical activity can help. A quick walk, some light stretching, or even a few jumping jacks can release tension and help you feel more grounded. Find what works for you and incorporate it into your routine. Another effective technique is to connect with your audience. Before you start speaking, take a moment to make eye contact, smile, and establish a connection. This can help you feel more at ease and create a more engaging experience for your audience. It's also important to remember that perfection is not the goal. Everyone makes mistakes, and that's okay. What matters is how you handle them. If you stumble over a word or lose your train of thought, take a deep breath and continue. Your audience is more forgiving than you might think. Lastly, seek support. Talk to friends, family, or colleagues about your nervousness. They can offer encouragement, advice, and even share their own experiences. Knowing that you're not alone can be incredibly reassuring. In summary, handling nervousness is about preparation, mindset, and support. Practice deep breathing, prepare thoroughly, think positive thoughts, and seek support. Remember, everyone gets nervous. It's how you manage it that makes the difference. The more prepared you are, the less nervous you'll feel. Embrace your nervousness, use it to fuel your preparation, and step into your conversations with confidence. You've got this. So next time you feel those jitters, remember these tips. Take a deep breath, prepare, think positively, and seek support. With practice, you'll find that nervousness becomes a manageable part of your journey to impactful conversations. Handling nervousness is a skill that can be developed. The more you practice, the better you'll become at managing it. And with each successful conversation, your confidence will grow. So go out there, embrace your nervousness, and turn it into a strength. Your ideas are worth sharing. And with the right preparation and mindset, you can make a lasting impact. Practice makes perfect. This age-old adage holds true, especially when it comes to honing your conversation skills. Start by trying out your conversation skills in safe environments like with friends or family. These are the people who know you best and can provide a supportive atmosphere for you to experiment and grow. Don't hesitate to ask for honest feedback. Constructive criticism is invaluable. It helps you identify areas where you can improve and reinforces the aspects you're already good at. The more you practice, the more natural and effective your communication will become. But let's delve deeper into why practice is so crucial and how you can make the most out of it. One effective method is to practice in front of a mirror. This allows you to observe your body language and facial expressions, which are key components of effective communication. Another useful technique is to record yourself. This can be done using your smartphone or any recording device. Play back the recording to analyze your tone, pace, and clarity. Participating in workshops or joining clubs like Toastmasters can also provide structured environments for practice. These settings offer the added benefit of professional guidance and peer support. Role-playing different scenarios with friends can be both fun and educational. It allows you to practice handling various types of conversations, from casual chats to more formal discussions. Reading books on communication skills can provide you with theoretical knowledge and practical tips. Combine this with your practice sessions to see significant improvements. In professional settings, try to engage more in meetings and discussions. This not only helps you practice, but also builds your confidence in speaking up in front of others. Remember, communication is not just about speaking. Active listening is equally important. Practice listening attentively and responding thoughtfully. Taking notes during conversations can help you remember key points and show the speaker that you value their input. This is a great way to build rapport and trust. Don't forget to enjoy the process. The more relaxed and comfortable you are, the more natural your conversations will be. Reflect on your progress regularly. Think about what went well and what could be improved. This self-assessment is crucial for continuous growth. Set specific goals for your communication improvement. Whether it's being more concise, using better body language, or improving your listening skills, having clear objectives will keep you focused. Celebrate your successes no matter how small. Each step forward is a victory and brings you closer to becoming a more effective communicator. Practice deep breathing exercises to manage anxiety and stay calm during conversations. This can help you think more clearly and respond more effectively. Visualization is another powerful tool. Imagine yourself having successful conversations. This mental practice can boost your confidence and prepare you for real-life interactions. Engage in as many conversations as possible. The more you practice, the more you'll learn and the better you'll become. Finally, remember that communication is a skill that can always be improved. Keep practicing, stay positive, and enjoy the journey of becoming a more impactful communicator. Sometimes, less is indeed more. In our fast-paced world where information is constantly bombarding us from every direction, the ability to communicate effectively and concisely is a valuable skill. It's not just about what you say, but how you say it and when you choose to stop talking. Learn to gauge when your audience has grasped the idea or when the context calls for brevity. This skill can be particularly useful in professional settings, where time is often limited and the need to convey your message clearly and quickly is paramount. By paying attention to the reactions and body language of your audience, you can determine when they have understood your point and when it's time to move on. Short and sweet can be powerful. Think about some of the most memorable speeches or quotes in history. They are often brief, yet they leave a lasting impact. The same principle applies to everyday conversations. By being concise, you can ensure that your message is not only heard, but also remembered. Get to the point, make an impact, and then drop the mic. This doesn't mean you should always be brief, but rather that you should be mindful of when brevity is appropriate. In some situations, a longer, more detailed explanation may be necessary. However, in many cases, a short, impactful statement can be far more effective. Consider the context of your conversation. Are you in a meeting where time is limited? Are you speaking to someone who is already familiar with the topic? In these cases, keeping your message short and to the point can be highly effective. On the other hand, if you are explaining a complex concept to someone who is unfamiliar with it, you may need to provide more detail. It's also important to consider the personality and preferences of your audience. Some people prefer detailed explanations, while others appreciate brevity. By understanding your audience, you can tailor your communication style to meet their needs and preferences. Another key aspect of keeping it short is knowing when to stop talking. This can be challenging, especially if you are passionate about the topic. However, by being mindful of your audience's reactions and the context of the conversation, you can learn to recognize when it's time to wrap up your message. In summary, the ability to keep your message short and impactful is a valuable skill in both personal and professional settings. By being concise, you can ensure that your message is heard, understood, and remembered. So the next time you find yourself in a conversation, remember, sometimes less is indeed more. Be like water. If the conversation isn't going as planned, don't be rigid. Adapt based on the cues you're receiving from your listener. Flexibility can help steer conversations back on track and show that you're considerate of the other person's perspective. When we talk about adapting to feedback, it's essential to understand that feedback isn't just verbal. Nonverbal cues, such as body language, facial expressions, and even silence, can provide valuable insights into how your message is being received. For instance, if you notice your listener's body language becoming closed off, it might be a sign that they are not comfortable or disagree with what you're saying. In such cases, it's crucial to address the issue directly or subtly shift the conversation to a more agreeable topic. On the other hand, positive feedback, like nodding, smiling, or leaning in, indicates that your listener is engaged and interested. Use these positive cues to build on your points and deepen the conversation. Adapting to feedback also means being open to changing your perspective. Sometimes the feedback you receive might challenge your ideas or beliefs. Instead of becoming defensive, take a moment to reflect on the feedback and consider its validity. This openness not only shows respect for the other person's viewpoint, but also demonstrates your willingness to grow and learn. Remember, effective communication is a two-way street. It's not just about delivering your message, but also about receiving and responding to the feedback you get. This dynamic exchange can lead to more meaningful and impactful conversations. Another aspect of adapting to feedback is knowing when to pause and listen. Sometimes we get so caught up in expressing our thoughts that we forget to give the other person a chance to speak. By pausing and actively listening, you show that you value their input and are genuinely interested in what they have to say. This can encourage a more open and honest dialogue where both parties feel heard and respected. Additionally, adapting to feedback involves being mindful of your tone and language. Sometimes the way we say something can have a more significant impact than what we actually say. If you notice that your tone is causing tension or misunderstanding, take a step back and adjust your approach. This can help de-escalate any potential conflicts and keep the conversation on a positive track. Lastly, remember that adapting to feedback is an ongoing process. Every conversation is an opportunity to learn and improve. By staying open and flexible, you can continuously refine your communication skills and build stronger, more effective relationships. So, be like water. Flow with the conversation, adapt to the feedback you receive, and watch your conversations become more impactful and meaningful. Remember, the key to successful communication lies in your ability to adapt and respond to the feedback you receive. Embrace this adaptability, and you'll find that your conversations not only become more effective, but also more enjoyable for everyone involved. Thank you for watching, and remember to always adapt and grow in your communication journey. We all stumble in our conversations at times, but knowing what trips us up can help us avoid those pitfalls. Whether it's rambling, interrupting, or using filler words, being aware is the first step to overcoming them. Let's delve deeper into some of these common pitfalls and explore strategies to avoid them. One of the most frequent issues is rambling. When we ramble, we often lose our audience's attention. To avoid rambling, it's crucial to stay focused on your main points. Plan your conversation or presentation in advance. Another common pitfall is interrupting others. Interruptions can be perceived as rude and can disrupt the flow of conversation. To prevent interrupting, practice active listening. This means fully concentrating on what the other person is saying without planning your response while they are speaking. Filler words like and like can also detract from your message. They can make you seem unsure or unprepared. To reduce filler words, practice speaking slowly and deliberately. Pause to collect your thoughts instead of filling the silence with unnecessary words. Nonverbal cues are another critical aspect of effective communication. Poor eye contact, closed body language, and lack of facial expressions can all send the wrong message. To improve your nonverbal communication, maintain good eye contact, use open body language, and ensure your facial expressions match your words. Self-awareness is key to avoiding these pitfalls. Reflect on your communication habits and seek feedback from others. By being mindful of these common pitfalls and actively working to overcome them, you can become a more effective and impactful communicator. Remember, effective communication is a skill that can be developed with practice and dedication. So take the time to hone your skills and you'll find that your conversations become more meaningful and impactful. Thank you for joining us on this journey to better communication. Keep practicing, stay aware, and watch your conversations transform. All good things must come to an end, including conversations. But how you end a conversation can be just as important as how you start it. A well-executed ending can leave a lasting impression and pave the way for future interactions. Learn to close on a high note. This means wrapping up the conversation in a way that feels natural and satisfying for both parties. It's not just about saying goodbye, it's about leaving the other person with a positive feeling. One effective technique is to summarize the key points of your conversation. This shows that you were paying attention and that you value the discussion. For example, you might say, "So, to recap, we agreed on the following points." Thank the listener for their time and contributions. A simple, Thank you for your insights, or I appreciate your time, can go a long way in making the other person feel valued and respected. End with a clear, confident statement. This could be a call to action, a plan for the next steps, or simply a strong closing remark. For instance, I look forward to our next meeting, or let's touch base next week to follow up. A strong close leaves a lasting impression and sets the stage for future interactions. It signals that you are organized, thoughtful, and considerate. In professional settings, ending a conversation effectively can also help in building your network. Exchanging business cards or contact information at the end of a conversation can be a good practice. In social settings, a warm and friendly closure can strengthen personal relationships. A genuine smile, a handshake, or even a lighthearted comment can make the ending memorable. Remember, the goal is to leave the other person with a positive impression. This can be achieved by being polite, showing gratitude, and expressing genuine interest in future interactions. Reflect on the conversation and think about what went well and what could be improved. This self-reflection can help you become better at ending conversations in the future. Practice makes perfect. Consider role-playing different conversation endings with a friend or colleague to get more comfortable with various scenarios. Seek feedback from others on how you end conversations. Constructive criticism can provide valuable insights and help you refine your approach. Educate yourself on effective communication techniques. There are many resources available, from books to online courses, that can help you master the art of conversation. Attend workshops or seminars on communication skills. These can provide hands-on experience and expert advice on how to end conversations effectively. Engage in discussions with peers about conversation techniques. Sharing experiences and tips can provide new perspectives and ideas. Set personal goals for improving your conversation endings. Track your progress and celebrate small victories along the way. Practice mindfulness to stay present during conversations. Being fully engaged can help you end conversations more naturally and effectively. Utilize technology to enhance your communication skills. There are apps and tools designed to help you practice and improve your conversation techniques. Keep a journal to reflect on your daily conversations. Writing down your experiences can help you identify patterns and areas for improvement. Celebrate your successes, no matter how small. Recognizing your progress can motivate you to continue improving your conversation skills. Share your knowledge with others. Mentoring someone can reinforce your own skills and provide a sense of fulfillment. Remember, the art of ending conversations is just one part of effective communication. Strive to engage in meaningful and impactful conversations from start to finish. Enjoy the process. Conversations are an opportunity to connect, learn, and grow. Embrace each interaction with an open mind and a positive attitude. And with that, we come to the end of this chapter. Thank you for your time, and I hope you found these tips helpful. Until next time, happy conversing. Now that we've covered the bases, let's take a moment to reflect on what we've learned. Communication is more than just exchanging words. It's about connecting with others, sharing ideas, and making an impact. We've explored the importance of clarity, the power of listening, and the art of asking the right questions. These are the building blocks of effective communication. But theory alone isn't enough. It's time to put it all into practice. Remember, effective communication is a skill, and like all skills, it gets better with practice. Think about the conversations you've had recently. Were you clear in your message? Did you listen actively? Did you ask questions that deepened the discussion? Reflecting on these questions can help you identify areas for improvement, but don't be too hard on yourself. Communication is a journey, not a destination. Go out there, speak your mind, and watch as your ideas light up the world, one conversation at a time. You've got this. Let's delve deeper into some practical tips to enhance your communication skills. First, always be clear and concise. Avoid jargon and complex language that might confuse your audience. Use simple, straightforward language to convey your message. This doesn't mean dumbing down your ideas, but rather making them accessible to everyone. Next, practice active listening. This means fully concentrating on what the other person is saying, rather than just waiting for your turn to speak. Show that you're engaged by nodding, maintaining eye contact, and providing feedback. This not only shows respect, but also helps you understand the other person's perspective better. Asking open-ended questions is another powerful tool. These are questions that can't be answered with a simple yes or no. They encourage deeper thinking and more detailed responses. For example, instead of asking, "Did you like the presentation?" you could ask, "What did you think about the presentation?" This invites the other person to share their thoughts and feelings more openly. Also, be mindful of your body language. Nonverbal cues like gestures, facial expressions, and posture play a significant role in communication. Make sure your body language aligns with your words. For instance, if you're expressing enthusiasm, let your facial expressions and gestures reflect that excitement. Another key aspect is empathy. Try to put yourself in the other person's shoes and understand their feelings and viewpoints. This can help you respond more thoughtfully and build stronger connections. Finally, don't forget the power of storytelling. Sharing personal stories or anecdotes can make your message more relatable and memorable. Stories have a unique way of capturing attention and evoking emotions, making your communication more impactful. As you practice these tips, remember that improvement takes time. Be patient with yourself and keep pushing forward. Every conversation is an opportunity to learn and grow. So embrace the journey and enjoy the process. In conclusion, effective communication is a powerful tool that can transform your personal and professional relationships. By being clear, listening actively, asking the right questions, using positive body language, showing empathy, and telling stories, you can make your conversations more impactful. So go out there, speak your mind, and watch as your ideas light up the world, one conversation at a time. You've got this.